Hello, welcome to another video. First things first, I'm the Joker, baby. I dyed my hair, so now I'm purple and green. This is the second time I've done this hair. I just think it's so cute, and I love the Joker. Shout out to my Joker Batman shrine. Now that that super important announcement is out of the way, I can get into what this video is actually about, which is a collab I did with my best friend Ash, where we made mood boards for each other, and then we designed a character based on each other's mood board for the other person. So Ash made me our mood board, I designed a character based on that mood board, and that character will belong to Ash. And I will show the character they designed for me because she's so pretty and I just absolutely adore the design. This video was actually not supposed to be the one that I was going to upload this week, but the other one is just not turning out how I envisioned it, and I want to upload videos that I like and I'm happy with, especially in the early stages where I'm building my account and hopefully a following. So I want to upload videos that I like so that hopefully you guys like them. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So this is the mood board that Ash made for me, and I was in shock when I saw this because of how stunning it is. I was expecting something like 6 images that are just kind of next to each other, like a classic mood board, but this was a beautiful collage. I was not, however, shocked to see all the influence of orange because I know that's their favorite color. So when I saw that it was beautiful orange and green, I was like, yep, sounds like Ash. They were even kind enough to give me optional universe ideas for inspiration, and I thought that was so kind. I did it as well. And then we didn't end up going with any of them for the character because we started fixating on a different world. So the world that Ash ended up putting her in is the same world from my last video because that's the one that we have been fixated on and working on for the last little while. And I know I said it last time, but I'm still gonna say it is so much fun to be working on my first ever world 11 years later with my best friend. That is just so magical to me. I don't even know how else to describe it. But yeah, I guess I should actually talk about the character that I'm drawing instead of just yapping like I always do. Ash has named her, which is very helpful for me to be able to talk about her in this video. I have not named mine yet because I'm just sort of really bad at naming characters. But her name is Brianna Bree Keller. I will just call her Bree because that's the nickname that Ash gave her. This is actually my second attempt at designing Bree, but the first one I did not record and I did not get very far. I think I drew a pose for it and then gave up. In her original pose, she was going to be holding a camera, like the camera in the top right of the mood board. But I decided not to go with that just because the pose wasn't turning out well and I just wanted to do something simpler and more fun for me to draw. So I did this looking back-esque pose. I don't know if it's very accurate. I didn't look at any references. Her head might be screwed on backwards, but honestly it looks cute, so that's really all that matters to me. When I saw the mood board, I basically instantly had an outfit idea, which was just a cute skirt over pants, which I have personally been loving to wear lately. I just think it's so adorable. And then I also added this cardigan type shirt with the long sleeves. I just felt like it would fit the character idea I had in my head. And I love how her outfit turned out. I'm really happy with it, especially the colors, which you'll see later. And the hairstyle I saw on Pinterest, I just thought it was so cute and so perfect for the aesthetic I was going for, which I don't really know the exact terms, but as I was drawing it, I was thinking kind of fairy, whimsical, art teacher type core. Obviously I'm not saying she's an art teacher, I don't know what Ash is going to do with her, but that was just sort of the vibe I was going for when I saw the mood board. On a completely unrelated note, I have to mention this just because of how hilarious I find it. While I was drawing this whole process, I was listening to a podfic that was Dr. House / Dr. Wilson from House MD, and so every time I look at Bree, I think of Hilson, and so I told Ash that, and they decided, based on that Bree would be a Hilson fanfiction author, and that is just a hilarious character choice to make, especially for such a hilarious reason. I just had to share. We are finally getting into the coloring part of this process, which is so exciting to me because I think her colors turned out so beautiful and vibrant, and I'm excited for you guys to see. But first, I always start with skin rendering. I fully render the skin before I do anything else because rendering the skin is my favorite part of coloring, and I know that's a bit weird to say, but it's true. I always have about 10 more steps in my skin rendering process than I have for anything else because it's just my favorite part, so I add a lot of detail and I spend a lot of time on it. I decided she was going to be a ginger with freckles. I saw the mood board and I went, yup. That is a character with freckles. I just think it suits her so well, and of course the ginger because the mood board is mostly orange themed. I color picked the hair color and the clothing colors directly from the mood board because I wanted it to match as much as possible, and I just love vibrant ginger hair. I always used to wish that I had been born ginger just because I think it's a beautiful hair color to have. During the coloring process of her hair, I did a few things that I don't normally do, which I think made it turn out really well. I think I'm going to use those techniques going forward because, again, it just turned out really well. I think her hair looks so beautiful in this picture. Coloring in the braids was so satisfying. Usually I don't really like coloring braids, but these ones were a bit thicker than my usual braids, and the new techniques that I was using just made it look so much better in my opinion. It just made it pop. I was just really happy with it overall. And then when I was deciding the colors for her outfit, I hadn't already pre-decided, so I did a little chibi quick doodle, which I do sometimes when I'm trying to pick colors. I think the little chibi doodle is so cute and I wish I could have kept it, but alas, it's just a color reference. And of course, like I said, I color picked from the mood board, and for the clothing, I wanted to add some patterns and stuff because the mood board is full of a lot of fun patterns. On the dress, I did this cool wavy pattern that I really like, and I think Ash has used in some of their designs, so it felt very Ash core to me. And then on the pants, I did some flowers, which I think I was inspired by a cup that's on the mood board as far as I can remember. And then for the cardigan, I wasn't sure if I should make it orange or green, because if it was orange, it was kind of gonna blend in with the dress and the hair, but I felt like the green just looked off, so I decided to do an ombre, but then in the little color reference, I did orange at the top and green at the bottom, but when I did that on the big one, the orange again just blended right in, so I decided to switch it up and do green at the top and orange at the bottom. I always find coloring an ombre very interesting, especially when it's colors that are so opposite as orange and green, because the middle part can end up looking a little bit muddy if you're not careful, but I think that I did okay. I hope at least that you agree with that. The colors of this outfit are just so beautiful to me, and I'm so happy with how they turned out, and I can't wait to see Ash drawing this character in their style. That's always been one of my favorite things about doing these types of collabs with my friends, is that when I design a character for one of them, I get to see what they do with it, and I get to see them draw it in their style, which is so much fun. Ash and I have developed another ship in this universe, and they decided that their character for that ship that they designed would be Bree's sister, which I think is so much fun, because if we didn't do this mood board challenge and decide to put Bree in the universe, and then also didn't decide to ship these two characters, these two would never be sisters, and now they are. It's kind of beautiful in a way, I think. Collabing with someone else makes the creative process so much more interesting in my opinion, and it is why I constantly include my friends in all my universes. I even have 7K lore document for people who are interested in making characters for my main world, because I just love to see other people included in my projects. Now that another tangent is over, because I'm always on a tangent, I can get back to talking about Bree. As you can see, her design is complete, and Ash finished their mood board first, so I got to be a little bit lazy and just kind of copy their layout. So it is a full body of her, and then a zoom in on her face, and then of course a little chibi doodle, adding a little bit of characterization for the other person to work with. So this is mine. It is her holding a little frog, because I decided, based on the many frogs on the mood board and just the whole general vibe of it, that she would have many pet frogs, but not only that, but she would accessorize them. So this little guy has a little cowboy hat on, and he's so cute and snazzy, and I love him. It's so adorable. And as I finish this little chibi, the process will be coming to an end. I really hope you enjoy her design, and I really hope it matches the vibe of the mood board good enough. And I can't wait to show you Ash's design for me, because oh my god, she's beautiful. But before that, really quick, I want to show the original mood board that Bree was based on. Again, it is so beautiful. And then the finished piece of Brie. I am so happy with how she came out. Sometimes I can really struggle with using vivid, bright colors, but getting to pick straight from the mood board that was covered in vivid, beautiful, bright colors was very helpful. I'm really happy with her, and I can't wait to see what Ash does with her. And then, of course, the big reveal. First, here's the mood board that I made for Ash. I was obviously very inspired by theirs, so I tried to go for the same collage type vibe, and I was mostly working with pastel purples and blues. I was very excited to see what Ash did with them, and oh my god, look at her. Isn't she so beautiful? I was so in shock and awe when I saw this character. I was like, Ash, you outdid it. What am I supposed to do with her? I can never draw her so perfectly and so beautifully. I haven't even named her yet because I can't think of a name that's beautiful enough for her, so any suggestions would be very helpful. And I haven't even decided what to do with her yet because I'm so intimidated by how pretty she is. I don't want to waste her potential by putting her in a world that I'm not very invested in. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and the character designs in it. It was a very fun process, as I've said 1,000,000 times, and I love prompts and collabs like this. If you want to see more of my art, you can look on Instagram or Toy House, where I post all of my characters. I just want to thank everyone who has been supporting me in these past few weeks and my few little subscribers that I have right now. I will always remember you guys, and thank you so much. I hope you stick around. Bye!